I'm Amy and this is A-Star Reads, and it is time for another Sunday Sum Up. I'm excited about this week because I've been doing really well with Spring-Into-Reading-Athon and with my reading in general. I've been motivated again to read. It just feels really good to be moving forward and actually getting some reading done and enjoying, for the most part, what I have been reading. It's been fun. So I got my nails done this morning. Shauna and I went and got our nails done, as you saw, and it was lovely because we got to spend time together, got to chat. My nails, after I had those lovely fake nails like a month ago, they were pretty and they were lovely, but they kind of tore up my nails a bit. So they're really short. They've been really brittle lately. They're really short. Like, look how short that one is. They've been pretty brittle. So I'm hoping that with this manicure and with the gel, it'll just kind of let them just heal a little bit, grow a little bit, and they won't keep breaking. That's the nice thing about the gel, is they won't keep breaking. So that's kind of what I've been up to. Also, I did end up going and getting my iced beverage last night. Here's a little video clip of that. I am able to cross off tiny umbrellas, and I don't really want to turn my camera all the way around, so let's see if I can actually do that here with you. Will it turn out wonky? Probably. Whoop. There we go. So I have gotten a bingo, and that's put me one step closer to getting my 4 corners. I just have these 2 left to get. And because yesterday I was busy trying to get my video up and editing that, then I had sprints, and I did get a chance to get caught up on A Quiet Place. And then when I went out with Jordan, we actually stayed out till like at least midnight, and then I went over to her and Char's place, and then we just sat up and chatted for like 3 hours. So I didn't get to bed till like 3:30. And so I didn't have any other time in the day to actually read. And so today I had to add my 2 hours, and I've got 3 hours and 23 minutes of reading, and we're about to go over to my aunt's house for her birthday party. So like, this will have to happen after we get back from the birthday party. But I've got that much to read today. Oop, there goes my thing. And that's how far along I am in this book, On a Quiet Street. 94 pages in. I don't know how I feel about it at this point. I feel like the writing style is good. I like the writing. I think the writing is solid. But the plot and the characters, the plot is kind of icky. The characters are pretty icky. You're just like, oh, I'm not gonna like these people. So I'll be curious to see how I feel about it going forward. You see these characters making choices where you're like, ugh, I don't like that. And then we just got a big reveal about one of the character situations, and it's also just like an icky situation. I mean, it's understandable. It's supposed to be uncomfortable and scary with the things that end up happening in a thriller. So it's understandable that some pretty awful things are happening. I just don't know how well I'm gonna jive with it because I don't feel very strongly about the characters, or at least because we haven't had too much of a chance to get to know them, and they're already making choices where I'm like, oh, well, that's gonna make me not feel very sympathetic towards you. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't dislike the characters. I'm just questioning them. And one of them, I'm like, oh, Paige. Anyways, okay, so that is where I'm at with On a Quiet Street. And again, I didn't get a chance to start American Pops, so I haven't started on this one, but I'm hoping with my 3 hours and 23 minutes, once I get back from the birthday party, I don't have too much to read to be caught up with this for the day. And then I'll have the leftover time to be able to start American Pop, because this is what's going to keep me from getting that bingo by the end of the week if I don't even get a chance to like really break into it. I'm just feeling like the weekend's going by so quickly. And it doesn't help that I stayed up so late last night, which was wonderful. Like, it was such a great time. But I don't like sleeping in late. That's just not something I enjoy. And so I slept until, like, I got to bed like around 3:30. I slept till 9 because I just like, I can't sleep later than that. I mean, I guess I can. I just don't like to, because then I feel like the weekend's disappearing. And so I'm probably going to be a bit tired later on today. We'll see how it goes. And then tomorrow I'm back at work. So it just goes by so quickly. Feeling very nostalgic for my weekend that is passing by. All right, so wish me luck. I have a bingo finally, and I'm working towards that second bingo. Okay, so we're having a girls' day. All of us girls, including the cousins. Well, cousin Jordan, she's here. And let me show you the other cousins. Penny. There's Cece. She's happy her cousins are visiting. And Marley. Hi, Marley, sweetie. She's also visiting. And we're going to do face masks while we read.
Charcoal.
Mom's doing a charcoal one.
Do my pores.
I have always very dry skin, so I'm doing the oatmeal one. And Jordan, I think, is doing lemon, maybe refreshing or something like that. She'll be out in a second with it. Before we go full face mask mode, I just wanted to give you a bit of an update as to where my reading is this week. I should say that this whole week I've been doing a great job of getting my 2 hours in every single day. Oh, there's the coffee. But yesterday I was working on my advent calendar vlog and I got behind yesterday. So today, actually I had like 4 hours I had to read, but then I was able to read quite a bit before I went to sleep last night. So now I have 2 hours and 56 minutes to finish out for today, Friday. And I'm super close to finishing On a Quiet Street. Like, look at that. I have less than 37 pages that I need to read to get this one completed. So I will be done with this very soon, which is a good thing because tomorrow our live show with the author is happening around noon. So I wanted to make sure I got it done before that. And sure enough, that's going to happen. So that'll be the first thing I read today. And then considering the writing on this is a little dense because it is written sort of to give that nonfiction like biography vibe for this family, the Forsters. I've made really good progress on American Pop. I've gotten almost halfway through and I'm liking this more than I expected to. In fact, I got to remember to update my vlog for my Herkiad lowest rated books because I've just been reading it and I haven't quite been doing as many updates as I have with some of the other books. So this is going really well and I have been able to almost get halfway. That does mean that I probably won't get a bingo this week, but I should be able to get a bingo or finish a bingo or do a bingo at the beginning of next week or maybe even by Sunday. Mom, Jordan, and I are going to have a wonderful reading afternoon. I do have to finish editing my Advent Calendar Challenge because I want that to go up tomorrow. So I will do that, and then I got to start editing my Sunday Sum Up. I feel like I'm just editing lots of stuff right now, but having a really nice, relaxing day off. And then next week I start a short-term leave replacement that I'm going to be doing for like 8 weeks. So I'll be in the same position, not getting paid more money, but still, you know, at least it's consistency for 8 weeks, which will be lovely. You can barely even tell.
What mask?
This is what you look like all the time.
All the time.
In your natural beauty. Wait, what is it? Lemon for refreshing. Brightening. Mm-hmm. Oh. Beautiful, beautiful. After the winter, you definitely need more brightening. I need the bobblehead. Let's see it. Oh, here's Isaac. So I'm trying to sprint, and I've got this to contend with.
Weird. Quiet.
These ones. Uh-huh. The whole time. Chatting and laughing and having a good time.
No. Bad.
Char's actually trying to read.
I'm trying to.
What about this one?
I got through a page. I got through 75% of a page.
Oh. And actually, Mom's being really quiet right now. She wasn't earlier, though.
Not our fault.
It's not even the dogs anymore. Look, they're asleep.
We all know who it is. We all know who it is.
The culprit.
Marley.
I'm looking at her right now. Okay, so I'm too tired to actually review this tonight. But I did finish On a Quiet Street by Seraphina Nova Glass, and I do want to mark it off this because I'm very excited to be able to mark it off. So that was the group book, On a Quiet Street. Marking that off. The only thing I have left is spring cleaning, which is finishing American Pop. And I didn't get my whole time in because I chatted and my whole family was distracting me that whole time during the sprint. So I didn't actually get as much sprinting done as I would have liked. But I am halfway. I'm at least halfway on American Pop. So now that I'm going to be spending my full time reading American Pop, hopefully I'll be able to get it done pretty quickly because I won't be splitting my reading time. Oh, is that right, Isaac? Can I help you, young sir? What? What? Okay, so I wanted to give you my review of On a Quiet Street by Seraphina Novaglass, and I really ended up liking this more than I thought I was going to, especially at the beginning. And it was a lot of fun to be able to talk to the author about this book. Yesterday I was thinking like a 3.75 or a 4-star, but having talked to the author, I think I'm just going to give it the 4-star because I did end up really coming around with this one. In the beginning, I was not liking the characters. I was like, what is going on with these awful people? And it just took time for their characters to develop. And some of the characters that were a little more shallow to begin with actually developed in ways that I enjoyed seeing. I thought that this was a really nice and twisty book. The things that happen within the story are pretty unpleasant, and it's difficult because you're like getting a little blindsided at times as to what you think happened, and then what actually happened was even more awful. And so there were definitely things to think about, and there are trigger warnings that if there are certain things that bother you, you should probably look up the trigger warnings and see what they are, so that, especially when it comes to partner abuse, I think that's an area where you should be leery of in going into this one. I believe that I will be picking up more from this author because I haven't experienced a ton of thrillers, but I think this one was one that I thought was twisty and turny enough and had enough character development in it that it appealed to me as a reader. And I would like to read more from this author, especially because I've talked to her now and I've gotten her opinion and gotten her thoughts about her books, the different ones she's put out, and some of the differences between her books, because they're actually content-wise pretty different than this one. So we'll see what I think about some of her other books. I'm going to link the live show up here, so if you'd like to go find out more about Seraphina Novaglass and her experience in writing, I highly recommend checking it out. It's spoiler-free, so we don't talk about actual spoilers that happen in this book, so you can go and watch it and see what we gleaned from this author without being spoiled for this book if you do want to go read it. All right, so it's actually Sunday morning because yesterday I was struggling with my computer and the lack of space I have on it. So every time I tried to render, well, I posted my advent calendar video and it didn't post completely because it didn't render completely because there wasn't enough space on my computer. But I didn't realize that when I was setting it all up. And that's my fault for not actually, after I rendered it, it didn't go through the whole video. But I haven't had this happen before, and there were no error messages. It didn't say, hey, we didn't render it the full way through. So anyways, I tried to render it 3 more times, still had errors and issues, and finally I realized, well, maybe I should just take off a lot of stuff on my computer and clear it off and see what happens. And sure enough, that was the problem. So I think that this new update that I had for my editor, because I updated it from 2019 to 2025, I think that took up a lot more space than my old editor did. And so that's a problem because I don't have as much space on my computer now. And it's just an old, sad computer. It's getting very tired. It doesn't realize that I work part-time as a substitute teacher. So, sorry computer, you're just gonna have to keep working hard. Anyways, let's talk about where I'm at because today is Sunday. We're gonna be doing our TBR Trail the Quest live show today, and Mom and I are currently, well, I've finished, but Mom's working on our 5 lists that we need. So one is your favorite authors, your 5 hardest books, and I actually didn't go with the hardest books I own because some of those are like gigantic, but what I decided to go with that was I put books that I had started before that I haven't completed, and I haven't continued on with them because they are harder books and I just don't have the time for them, and for various reasons I consider them slightly harder than maybe other books I set down and don't pick back up. And then 10 books you want to read in 2025, and I tried to make sure these were all 10 books that aren't on any other challenges that I'm currently doing, like Herkiet or what have you. So I picked 10 different books, or the next in the series of a book. And then finally, my bookish goal, I decided just to go with my 45 before 45 because I need to be working on that. So I've got my 5 lists. Mom's looking and searching for books for her lists, and we're getting ready for that live show today. So very, very excited. Can't wait to see what our first set of prompts are going to be. I will link that live show up here and the announcement video in the description box down below so you can check it out. There's always time to join us, even partway through the month. As far as the readathon is going, Spring-Into-Reading-Athon, I am still waiting on completing this one, Spring Cleaning, which is a book that's been on my shelf for a very long time. I need to complete that one spot in order to get my 4 corners because I have finished everything else for 4 corners, and that depends on American Pop. I'm happy to say I'm making really good progress in this, but it's a big book and it's a lot of words and it's a very complex read. And so it's going quickly in my opinion for considering how my reading has been lately, but it's also not like going so fast that I have it done already. And for today, I did have to carry over 31 minutes from yesterday. So I've got 2 hours and 31 minutes today to make up for reading. And I know that that probably won't end up with me finishing this book. I kind of hope it'll get me pretty close though. We'll see. But I'm so anxious and excited to go on and pick my next random bingo that I plan on accomplishing. But I know that if I do that right now, if I do that here before actually finishing this, I might start those books instead and not finish this that quickly. So I'm like, nope, Amy, you're gonna hold off. So I'm not gonna be spitting for another bingo this week. It's gonna have to wait till next week. And hopefully I'll have enough time to read whatever I end up landing on. I do have a total of 9 more days left for Spring-Into-Reading-Athon. That's a lot of days. That's a lot of days. Depending on what I pick up, it could go quite well. So there is a chance for another bingo. Is it likely? Probably not. But, you know, I'm going to just try. I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to do as much as I can, and we'll see what happens from there. Maybe at the end of the month when I have not completed the third the third bingo that I'm going to attempt to get. That sounds negative. I will hopefully get it, but you know, the chances are slim. Maybe at the end of the month, like on the very last day, when I have completed all the books that I'm going to complete for the month, I'll go ahead then and try and double up and see how many of these spots I can actually cross out. So I might try and do that just at the very, very end. And then I'll double up and triple up and do whatever I possibly can, and I won't randomize that, obviously. So we'll see. But for now, I'm going to continue on with the choice that I made this month to randomize the TBRs and then just try and play as I go, so that I can't really get any other bingos until I pick the next bingo. Okay, so let me know in the comment section down below how your reading went this past week. Is there anything notable that you want to point out, be it notable good, notable bad? Is there anything you want to warn us off? If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe so you can see what happens next week, when hopefully I'll be able to get this out on Sunday and I won't have any more editing issues. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you later.